Hi there guys. In this video we're going to have a look at what I think might be the ugliest Mosin Nagant in the world. And I've actually got two contenders for that prize here. So it's going to be up to you to decide which of these you think is the ugliest, and you can let me know in the comments down below whether you think they qualify as the ugliest in the world. Maybe you've got an uglier Mosin yourself, but these are definitely the ugliest ones that I've seen. These came my way recently at a gun show, and I picked up these poor, unfortunate specimens for quite a reasonable price, and they do have a bit of an interesting story to go with them. Apparently these belonged to a gentleman who originated in Eastern Europe. He emigrated to Canada, and he lived out west, I think in Saskatchewan. And in the 1970s, early 80s, he purchased a couple of barreled actions. I would expect he got them from International Firearms in Montreal because they were into selling surplus back in that time frame. Anyway, he got barreled actions and he made these stocks to fit. And they are quite the pieces of work. Although I do admire his ambition, his craftsmanship is perhaps not professional. There's the butt plate on the top one. And this thing looks like it's been carved out of a 2x6 or a 2x8. And you'd really have to pick this thing up to appreciate the dimensions of it. The pistol grip is quite unusual. And you can see there's some paint on this thing. And so we've got a fairly long stock, but it's still not quite a military length stock. And the bottom rifle is actually, in my opinion, perhaps a little even uglier yet. It's got a pistol grip on it that's been grafted onto it, and it is so far back from the trigger that it's pretty much impossible to fire the rifle holding on to the pistol grip. And how do you like that for a swing swivel? It's an eyelet screwed into the stock. Definitely a grippy texture on this one. You can still see the rasp marks. This has got some brown paint on it. And the metalwork has got a coat of black paint on it as well. Stock is very squared off. Very large gripping groove carved into it. And we've got a homemade barrel band up front here with another eyelet for a sling swivel. And kind of a clamp at the top. A bunch of black paint on the barrel. And you can see this step in the barrel. That'll give you a clue, if you're into Mosins, as to what this is. Underneath all this ugliness, this is a Finnish M24. And that's basically a Finnish rework of an M91 rifle. You can see it's got the hex receiver. And these rifles were rebarreled by the Finns with barrels from a variety of sources. This particular barrel is a German-made barrel, and it is marked, I think it's Böhler Stahl underneath, which shows that it's a German barrel. And you can see the Finnish Civil Guard crest on the back of the rifle. So this is kind of an interesting rifle underneath this disgusting looking stock. And the top rifle is a little bit less rare, but still kind of interesting. This is an M9130 that the Finns reworked, and it has got a Tikka barrel on it. You can see the crest there. And the bore on this one, the top one, is virtually perfect inside. It's almost new inside. The bottom barrel is pretty darn good considering its vintage. It has been counterbored, but it's still a pretty decent example of a barrel of that vintage. So anyway, it's just a matter of getting these into the correct woodwork, which might take some time, but I think we saved a couple of these from a fate worse than death being in these stocks. So I figured I'd take some video of these before I did anything with them, just to share the awfulness of them. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below what you think, and thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you'll see these rifles again, and maybe in their original state if I can find the parts. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and we'll talk to you later.